A Thunder Bay police officer has filed a human rights complaint against the chief of police, the service, and a number of high-ranking officers. Constable Kerry Dunning believes he's been targeted by leadership for pointing out wrongdoing by a superior, and he claims there is rampant corruption and abuse of power in the upper levels of the police service. Dunning's application to the Human Rights Tribunal is one of 7 such claims that have been recently filed against the police force by Dunning's lawyer, Chantal Bryson. Corey Nordstrom brings us the details.
They're just totally abusing their power.
Kerry Dunning has been a local cop since 2003. Up until the fall of 2020, his career was fairly typical. That's when he says he witnessed a superior officer perform an illegal entry and illegal search on a residence.
The sergeant that showed up, he's a North sergeant. Call was deep in the south, like deep in the south. He had no reason to be there. Yeah, and he knows the complainants are his family. Like, he should have just stayed away from it, right? Not only is it break and enter, he violated her charter rights. So, and that's a big deal.
To his knowledge, the superior officer was not disciplined. In response to our inquiries, a police spokesperson says the matter is now concluded after a thorough examination of the facts. Dunning was one of 4 officers who reported the superior for violations of the criminal code, but he says none of them were interviewed as part of the internal investigation. Less than 2 months following that incident, Dunning was the subject of 3 Police Act investigations, something he believes is no coincidence.
I knew pretty much after I was dismissed that I was going to be targeted. I've never been PSA before in my life.
Dunning also claims the superior officer has a history with avoiding discipline.
There is no chain of command. They're all friends. He's been given some pretty good special treatment. He was involved in an incident where he had a cell phone that it was discovered that cell phone was leaking information to the Thunder Bay courthouse guy there.
Dunning is seeking $230,000. He also wants those guilty of discrimination and harassment to be disciplined up to and including termination, as well as new policies and training for leadership of the service and board regarding mental health impacts of the job and harassment. Dunning's lawyer Chantal Bryson has submitted 4 complaints to the Human Rights Tribunal, with another 3 in the works. The majority of those cases involve the same senior members of the police force and the chief. The complaints stem from incidents in the last couple of years, most including questionable use of Police Services Act charges. Bryson expects even more people to come forward and is confident the applications will be accepted by the tribunal. Corey Nordstrom, TBT News.